Okay, and obviously you've got a significant presence in the African economic space. Many people say that by year 2025, India, China, some of the Asian economies would have eclipsed the Western economies as being the centers of global trade and global economic activity. Now, in that context, where do you think Africa will be in 2025?
We've been told that Africa is the last frontier. And indeed, we think it could happen, but we also believe that the destiny and future of Africa lies in our hands. Nobody will make it happen for us. So African private sector people and government must engage, must come together, must relook the future of Africa in the context of where we are today, in the context of the abundant potentials that we have, mineral potential and others, and tell us it's time to make things happen and do things differently. We should stop fighting wars. We should have good governance to permeate the society. We develop both the physical and the soft infrastructure that will orchestrate this growth. If we don't do anything, even if, although we're told that we're the last frontiers, it will not happen. But we need to start something, and I call on the private sector and the public sector to come together. It's not just enough for private sector to criticize government, or for public sector to criticize private sector. We must come together. We must be the platform that gets all of us thinking along the same line, harmonizing our viewpoints. And I think Africa can have a place if the leadership of the private and public sector.
What's the evidence on the ground for that happening at the moment? I mean, as a banker, clearly, you can look at the figures. You know what the capital inflows and outflows are. What do you make of people who say Africans are very good at making money, but they're also very good at storing that money abroad and aren't committed to investing the environment around them, have just absconded from their responsibility as private citizens?
I think Africa should be looked at in the context of modern and the ancient Africa. The ancient Africa, our fathers, our parents, they have a lot of confidence in the African continent. And so whatever little money savings they have, they invested offshore. But the modern African has confidence, well-educated, schooled with some of these people, and sees a lot of potential in the African continent, and so would like to invest in Africa. And that is why UBA, the likes of UBA, the likes of MTN and others, we all believe in Africa and we do things to invest in Africa. Mo Ibrahim is an African.
Right. I thank you very, very much for your time, Tony Elumelu, the CEO of UBA, which is also one of two banks that's been given a contract or awarded the rights to administer an agriculture fund, as the Nigerian government puts agriculture at the center of its growth and development program. African Banker of the Year, pioneer in African banking. It's been a great privilege to have you on CNBC, and we thank you very, very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
As I said earlier, you've been watching a special edition of Captains of Industry coming to you from Lagos, Nigeria. We're seated at the headquarters of UBA in Lagos, Nigeria, having had a conversation with the CEO of UBA, a global bank with an African footprint, a presence in Asia, a presence in the developed Western markets, saying that we want to grow organically as an African business, not to emulate what they've done in the West, but really and truly to create a sustainable business model that empowers all Africans to be able to save, to be able to find loans, to be able to find and establish their own businesses, and to do it with dignity. Those are the views of Tony Elumelu, our Captain of Industry tonight. Be sure to join us again next week, Thursday at 9 p.m. Central African Time, as we probe the hearts and minds of our Captains of Industry.